I'm so excited to introduce our first guest, Dr. Jarret Patton. He is a pediatrician. He is served on leadership positions. He is a speaker, life coach, and a best-selling author. Dr. Jarret, welcome to the Dr. Connect show. Thank you very much for being our guest.
Thanks for having me on, Dr. Schaefer.
Now, before we start about so many things, can you please tell us about the lifestyle? You know, right now, many professionals, as well as anyone who stays at home and families, every single person, so much concerned about our lifestyle. What can we do in our life to make it healthier and better?
Some of the things that you have to do with your life begin with how you start your day. And getting yourself into a good morning routine is one thing that can demonstrate less chaos in your life, better heart health, and a better outlook on your day.
So for everyone, how can we see ourselves and make it actually implement? We all know that we want to do this and we have so many new plans, but what exactly steps can we take today? Wake up in the morning and listen to your message and actually start doing right now, right this moment.
What you have to do is prepare yourself for the journey. And I know a lot of people spend time around the change of the year. They're getting themselves into a new mode, a new frame of thinking. They maybe have even New Year's resolutions that are out there. And these things are good goals for you to adjust your life. But what you have to do upfront and most often is make sure that you are feeling at your best, and you can keep feeling at your best by doing the things that the doctor always orders. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, making sure you're watching the nutrition that you're putting into your body, and of course, getting that exercise.
So are any specific tools you can actually tell us about life?
Yes. One of my favorite tools that I love to use are affirmations. Using affirmations on a daily basis helps retrain your mind for all of those things that are chaotic. We know the last 2 years have been absolute turmoil on our lives, living through this pandemic. And we need to retrain our mind that everything is not going to be doom and gloom. Everything is not coming toward us that's going to be a bad thing in life. But these affirmations train the mind to open up to the world of possibilities that are out there. And people say that with affirmations, they may look at something and say, oh, you're just making a bunch of stuff up. No, it is a statement that you put in front of yourself. You read, you listen to it. You might even put it on your mirror while you're brushing your teeth in the day. And your mind is trained to believe that. And not only that, these things start to manifest in your life. Yes, and it comes back to that routine. It comes back to the repetition and how you start your day. One of the ways to lower your stress in life is to have an organized schedule. And this is something I teach to my parents who are bringing up their children. This is something that I talk to the parents in their own lives, and having that predictable schedule is one thing that will lower your stress. So if you add affirmations into your daily life, and maybe you might want to change one every other day, you may want to change one every day. Maybe some people even do one in the morning, one in the afternoon once you become advanced. But you use this as a tool to change your life.
And how do you do this changing tools? Is anything specific you can recommend?
Yes. Number one, schedule it as a part of your day. You're going to take the 5 to 10 minutes it takes. Put that into yourself, because all too often we're taking care of this person, that person. We're running off to our work and we don't get to take care of ourselves.
And you are, as a pediatrician, what health tools you can help families, especially with children?
Yes, the basics start really upfront in the very beginning. One of the most common things people come to me is like, oh, my child is a picky eater, or my child doesn't sleep right, or my child doesn't do this or that. And behavior modification is very simple. But as a parent, you have to get these things in front of your kids and say, all right, let's look at this behavior that we want to modify. We'll use picky eating as an example because nutrition is not only important to you, it's important to your children.
And with the Valentine's Day coming up, would you have any specific health recommendations or suggestions or modifications?
I think February is a great time to really worry about your heart health. And we can talk about it in two phases. One, let's look at your children. We say, oh, well, kids, they have healthy hearts. They're beating all the time. They're strong. They're healthy. But they don't stay that way forever. So these lessons that you start early in kids with making sure that they're getting the amount of activity that they need of 1 to 2 hours a day, physical activity, making sure they're putting the right things inside of their body is important because not only does it affect their health immediate in the short term, it actually sets up habits for the long term. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, okay, as a parent, I'm under stress. As an adult, I have these conditions, and it is time to think about your heart health as well. The thing that I want you to do in the month of February is show yourself some love. Show yourself some love. Give yourself the time that you need because times are as difficult as they are. We have pressures of the pandemic. We have pressures of inflation. We have all different types of things coming at you. With time, we want to make sure that you are taking the time for yourself because if you don't take the time for yourself, you're not going to be good for anybody.
And what are the main 3 tips would you share with our audience?
Yes. Well, I have some great tips that I want you guys to consider, particularly getting through this season as far as your heart health. And if you're looking at your overall life and where stress occurs in your life, a lot of times stress occurs within your job. And so there's a couple of things that people may want to do to consider adjusting their jobs during this time. So one, I always want you to recalculate your finances because what forces people into jobs they don't like, they simply want a paycheck. They want to get paid. They don't care what the job is. They start the job and they're miserable and their stress levels rise. And yes, that affects your heart health. Number 2, I want you to recover your confidence because we've gone through a number of changes throughout this pandemic that have been unpleasant. We've probably lost friends and family, and sometimes we just get shattered by all of that. So I want you to recover your confidence. 1, by taking care of yourself. 2, by making a new practice in your life, like taking in affirmations. And 3, making sure you get the exercise that you need every day. And then my 3rd tip for everyone is, hey, look, if your job is causing you too much stress right now, this is the perfect time to redefine your career. Take a list of all the things that you like, all the things that you don't like, and simply have a clean slate. Redefine your career. The world is open.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jarret, for being on the Dr. Connect show. And how do people can connect with you?
Hey, you can find me all on social media at Dr. Jarret.